While walking through the dark alley feeling exhausted and hectic after her double shift at the hospital, the ambience was dark but it was safe since she lives in the main area of the city. As she was walking, she heard a hiss of pain. She stopped on her way and tries to hear the sound clearly when she does. Her eyes widen seeing a man laying on the ground and all covered in wounds and blood. She gasped and ran to him holding his shoulders firm. Why? What happened? As her hands got covered in his blood. Jungkook groans in pain and jerks her hand away. JK, stay away, groans in pain. She instantly took off her scarf, placing it on his deep cut, trying to stop the rushing blood. She helped him get up. He looked at her face when a spark initiated inside him, seeing her, but he was too weak to think straight. He hears muffled footsteps when he pulls her. With him to the darkness. He shushed her by pressing him against her when the footsteps faded. She guided him with her to her apartment. She helped him inside when he fell on the couch weakly, his white shirt fully stained and ruined. She took deep breaths and started unbuttoning his shirt. He winced when the fabric was removed and the cool air touched his bare skin. She brought the aid and wet clothes. Cleaning all the mess, she carefully did his bandages. His lips were also bleeding and bruises were visible on his face. Looks like someone beat him and used sharp weapons on him instead of guns. He looks at her. After doing his bandages well, she applied ointment on his lips and other bruises when she paused, looking at him as he was staring straight into her soul. He gulped when his Adam's apple popped down. She avoided gaze doing her job. JK, aren't you afraid of me? Why? Why? Why should I? I'm doing my job. JK, what if I'm a bad guy? Why? I'm not afraid of an injured Lloyd. States. He chuckled starkly, hearing her words. He held her hand on his broad chest when she looked at him. Why? It doesn't concern me who you are. I'm doing my job. JK raised his eyebrows in question. Why? I'm a doctor. Places her hand on his wounds. JK. Doctor? Impressive. What's your name, sweetheart? Wine gave him a sharp look. Wine. Seen Wine. He took her name, seeing how perfectly it rose on his tongue and how good it feels coming out of his mouth. Wine. What's yours, Mr. Bad Guy? He smiles and bites his lip. JK. Jungkook. The Mafia Boss. She froze at her sport. Wine. You're kidding, right? He leans in and tucks her hair strands, refusing. No, I'm not. Wine gulps and distances herself a little. JK. No need to get scared, sweetheart. I don't hurt my saviors. Wine avoided eye contact, looking away. He sighs, knowing this reaction was mandatory after knowing who he is. He lifted her chin up and looked at her with love. JK, I don't care what you think of me, but know this clear. I'll pay back someday, 'cause I owe you. You saved my life. You saved me from dying in the cold night, all injured. Ryan nodded and stood up. You should freshen up. I'll make something for you to eat. He nodded as she guided him into her bedroom and washroom. She came out of the washroom but again ran inside without knocking when he heard things falling down and his groan. Ryan, you okay? Held his bicep. Jakey, yeah, just slipped. She sighed and helped him wash up. He just admires her when she moves effortlessly. She helped him out and he settled on the bed when she can't help staring at his bare torso. He smirks. Jakey, like what you see, princess? Teasing her. She instantly looked away. I wasn't seeing anything. You need something to wear. Wait, I'll see if I have something. Checking her wardrobe when she found a black man vest. Ryan, here, this might fit you. Passing him. Jake raised his eyebrows. You got a male vest? Is it your boyfriend's? Stretching it over his body. Ryan, one of my best friends. He left his stuff. He nodded. And for your kind information, I don't have a boyfriend. He smiles with a relieved sigh. JK, good to know, murmurs. I look like a gangster. Ryan smiles, looking away when he smirks. JK, you think I'm joking? Took a step to her. Her smile instantly dropped. No, you're just unnecessarily complaining. You should be grateful I found something for you to wear, or else. JK, or else you wouldn't be able to control yourself seeing me all naked and on display, teasing her when she turns red. Ryan, shut up. You talk too much. Come downstairs. If you want to eat or sleep with an empty stomach, which you deserve to, snaps and left. He chuckled, seeing his effect on her. JK, fisty, aren't she? Great, no one ever dares to speak against me, and she's scolding you. Going well. But you're a bear after all, she saved your life, man. Looks at himself in the mirror before walking downstairs. They settled when she gave him freshly cooked chicken soup. He took a sip when his eyes lightened with approval. JK, it's tasty. Took another sip. She smiles proudly at his approval. After giving him painkillers, she helped him get up and walk to her bedroom. She tucked him nicely in bed and about to leave when he held her hand to stop her. Thank you. No one would have done what you did today, and knowing, well, who I am. You are still allowing me to stay at your place. Wine took a seat beside him. As a doctor, you can't expect me to leave an injured man on the road in the cold night, do you? He nodded when she got up. He again stopped her. JK, where are you going? Aren't you going to sleep here? Wine looked at him, then in bed. Wine, I can manage on the couch. You can sleep. He was about to protest but stopped, knowing it would be useless and inappropriate to some extent. Midnight. Vine was sleeping content on the couch when she heard soft, muffled, restless voices in her room. When she opened her eyes, she looked at him, having kind of nightmares, his entire body covered in sweat, like he was having a bad dream. She instantly walked to him, taking off the sheets, allowing the air to pass in. She kissed his face. Hey, it's okay, you're alright. You're just having a nightmare. He held her hand firmly, holding her closer. She leaned in, whispering soft words to him and kissing him. He calmed and nuzzled into her touch, not letting her go. She slowly laid beside him, not expecting him to cling to her. He hugged her tightly when she froze at her spot and slowly embraced him when he buried his face in her chest and calmed down with steady breaths. She slowly calmed down her nerves and she was at his touch. She embraced him, holding him closer, feeling of warmth. She couldn't bring herself to sleep, but eventually did. Next morning she woke up only to find herself snuggled against him and her legs tangled with his arms wrapped around her and her own scent all mixed with his, and she smells like him. Her breath hit, seeing him admiring her when he kissed her cheeks. JK, morning sweetheart, sleep well? She bites her lips in nervousness. His pupil dilates, seeing her nervous in his arms. You don't want me to kiss you right now, do you? He asked with a seductive whisper, looking at her lips. She instantly composed herself, ignoring his question, dying inside from blushing and feeling butterflies. Wine, how are you feeling now? I'm in the wounds. He smiles at her attempts to change the topic. JK, feeling great and better in your arms? Her cheeks were burning at this intensity that she couldn't bear hearing him flirting more. JK, you're not going to run away, are you? Softly whisper. Why, even if I want to, would you let me? JK smiles as his gaze darkened with possession. JK, no, I won't. If you tried to, I would have tied you to bed and wine and gulps at his stern and possessive words. JK, and worship you all day, all night, until you know who you belongs to. Wine looked at his lips when he leaned in, sharing a passionate kiss. Her own patience dissolved as she kissed him, and he reciprocates like he owns her. Breathing heavily, they pulled away. JK, allow me, be your man. Allow me to claim every inch of you. Let me worship the path you walk on. Wine gives her surrender by kissing him. He smiles and deepens the kiss and tangled his fingers in her hair when he pulled away abruptly, groaning in pain and placing his hand on his wounds. Wine, you okay? Concerned. JK, yeah, just a little pain. Took deep breaths. She kissed his cheek.